Hello, everyone. It's Rivka Malka, wherever you are. I hope that you are having an awesome day. Today, we're going to be talking all about marriage, a very sweet and delicate topic. If you are married, my hope is that you find something from this talk that will just wake something up in you to get an insight or to work a little harder or to take better care of yourself so that you can get to that next step in your personal relationship. If you are not married, I bless you on your journey at whatever part of the journey that you are on, with all things good in the way that feels good to you. And if you're listening to this class, I still hope that you get some benefit from it for your life, for your well-being, and for your future. Okay, so we're going to head right in. And what I want you to think of this class as is kind of like a Shabbos afternoon conversation. It's not going to be comprehensive. We're not doing an entire marriage course where we would go step by step into this. We're just going to be sharing some ideas here. And I know for myself, no matter how long I am married, Baruch Hashem, I always need new ideas, like a little something to light my fire, a little something to give me an insight, get me clear-headed, get me knowing what to do, get me just excited about life. I just love it. So please join me in just the Shabbos afternoon conversation where we'll dive into a couple of ideas. Okay, so where do we start when we're going to be starting talking about marriage? The first place we're always going to start with is ourselves. I know you're not surprised. You may have seen this wonderful clip from Rebbetzin Yemima Mizrahi going around. Oh, it's so delicious, where she talks about how unless a woman makes herself happy, she's not going to have a relationship. And she brings this out. I don't want to say the whole clip. I don't want to ruin it, but it's so good. Ask your friends for it. Send it to you. The Yemima Mizrahi marriage clip is just amazing. And she says in her amazing, dramatic way, you have to learn to sing to yourself in the shower, and you do. Otherwise, there's nobody on the planet that can make you happy if you cannot make yourself happy. So, step one of marriage is simply being a woman. What does it take to be a woman? Well, first of all, it takes awareness. Okay, sometimes you can be walking in something and not even know about it. To be a woman means that you are walking in waves and moods and cycles, the body cycles, the emotion cycle, the heart cycles. We're just going up and down all the time. It's like we have very, very astute antennas. And these antennas are like, who needs what? Who's feeling what? I just felt like this. And they are on all the time. So just know that you are walking in something very special called womanhood. And we like to refer to some of these antennas as Bina or Bina Yesera, extra special wisdom. And what that means is that it's the responsibility of an adult woman to take care of herself so that she does not get burnt out by all this feeling, by all these emotions, by all this responsibility, by all this attunement. And it's her responsibility to do that every single day. It's like breathing. Just like you got to breathe, you got to take care of yourself. And when you don't, burnout comes so fast. And burnout could even look like getting mad at someone for no reason. And you don't want to do that. So I know that those that are really well versed in the Laura Doyle work, they talk about doing 3 self-care actions a day. And self-care, of course, it sounds very old and boring because we're so used to it. But let's remember that there is a self and she needs care. And this means that every day we do things that make us happy. And the thing is that sometimes when something makes us happy, we kind of push it aside. I don't have time for that. Oh, I'll meet with a friend sometime. Oh, I'll pick up that book sometime. I've been meaning to finish it. Oh, I want to try out that restaurant sometime. No, today's the day. Every day, today's the day. And that means if you're going to be doing 3 self-care acts, it means that you're not just taking a shower and getting dressed. Those are very good acts of care, but we also do that to a baby. We just take care of them and clothe them. That's like basic. We need to do things beyond baby care, beyond feeding and dressing. We need to do things that make us happy, that put a smile on our face. That's our own secret with ourselves. I will give you some personal examples. There was a woman who said to me, and I hope she hears this, she said to me, Rivka Malka, I want to teach you breath work. You'd be so great at that. I said, thank you, and walked about my business. And then after Pesach, I was thinking, I need a little something. I'm going to contact that person and say, hey, remember you said that? Let's have a conversation. I went over to her house, maybe an hour and a half. We schmoozed and spoke 2 hours. I'm telling you, I was dancing in my kitchen afterwards. It gave me such a boost to just connect with another person. And it was like one of my people. They got me, I got them. Oh, it felt so good. But I know that it wouldn't have happened if I didn't send her that text. And I remember sending that text very, very intentionally. Like, this is now going to be a me moment. I don't care where it goes or what happens from the conversation, just like a little me moment. Important. Then I'll tell you another fun self-care moment. So when we buy flowers for Shabbos, when that happens, it's not so awesome because actually my husband does not like flowers in the middle of the table because then he can't see people. So I set the table and then the flowers go off the table in just a minute, just gone. And I'm like, oh, the flowers. And he's like, oh, I can't see anyone. So I went to the store and I saw these Gerber daisies. Do you know what those are? They're just like a splash of fun color and they're my favorite. And I said, I know that these are my favorite flowers. I never make a big deal about it. It's not like everyone knows that they're my favorite, but there's something about them that just says happiness. I'm going to buy them for me. And I took a picture of me and my flowers, and I hadn't done this before. You would think that I have. I'm so the type, right? No, I hadn't. Buy them for Shabbos, or I say, oh, Hashem wants me to have flowers. This was like, no, I'm on a self-care path. And so I bought those flowers for me, took a picture. The woman at the register, she's like, what are you doing? She speaks Spanish. Everyone's translating. And I told her, listen, I'm a woman. I need self-care. And I'm just taking a picture to show my friends that these flowers are special for me. So they all had a great time with that. And then as she was checking out my flowers, she took the flowers like they were like a special gift, like a bouquet, and she handed them to me. Here you go. She totally got it. Here's your gift. And then I took those flowers and I cut off the stems and put them into little small vases all along the table so they did not block anybody's vision. And I just had one little flower after the other, making me so happy. That's it. That's all that happened. And it was so much fun, like a personal secret. It doesn't take a lot to make us happy, but when we do it with the intention for self-care, it goes up, up, up. I'll give you one more example. Just one. So I finished Shabbos cooking and I said, okay, I am done with the kitchen. I am done. But I really wanted to make chocolate chip cookies. And I had this inner battle inside, like, don't do it. You know those moments. Don't make the chocolate chip cookies because right now you're on track with the time. If you go more, you're not going to be on track with the time. I was in a little battle. And then I said to myself, you know what? I am going to make the chocolate chip cookies, but not because I'm pretending that we need it for dessert. We don't. I'm going to make it because I really want chocolate chip cookies. Me, self-care. I want chocolate chip cookies. So I made that dough and I made just the right amount of cookies. For me, everyone else got a chocolate chip bar. I just put the whole thing in a pan and I was done with it. But no, I wanted my cookies, my beautiful, gorgeous chocolate chip cookies that I had with Kiddush on Shabbos morning. Okay, I think you understand what I'm saying by now. I just, um, you know what? I grew up like this. I grew up with a mother who always like did fun and creative things, very interesting, crafty things. She's always having a good time. There's always something new with my mother. And the thing is that even though I know that, just bringing my awareness to self-care in a new way now is has been the most fun journey. It's like a little secret, and it really, really puts me in a great space for my family. So when we're talking about marriage, which we are, we're starting our talk by talking about self-care. If mama's not happy, ain't nobody happy. But not just that. It is so much easier to give to a happy person. Think of a little 5-year-old. I have a 5-year-old grandson, right? So if he's crying and fetching and I give him a toy, then he takes the toy, he'll tear it open. He's a sweetheart, but he'll open it, he'll play with it, he'll mope, he'll stop his tears, he'll be okay, it'll be better, right? it's good. But if he's in a great mood and I say, come here, Aaron, I have a present for you, and give him a present, and he's so excited and so delighted, and he goes racing with the car around the living room. Oh my goodness, it's so much fun, right? Well, think about husbands. Their main goal, it is a conscious and unconscious goal, no matter how they show up, is to have a happy wife. A happy wife is a happy life. A happy wife is a successful man. A man wants to be successful. If his wife is not happy, he is not successful. Only problem is he cannot know the secret code to her happiness. His job is to always be learning it and to be trying to find it and to stay on his toes and make her feel good. But at the end of the day, we only are the ones that know that the chocolate chip cookies are going to do it for me in this minute, because we are so attuned and so ever changing and feminine. So we've really got to tend to our basic needs and be pretty happy. And then that creates a platform for others to want to give to us and for our husbands to give to us. And then they're going to be successful, because no matter what they bring home or what they've done, oh my goodness, you were working on that. Thank you so much. Already got the inner smile. It's easy to smile. A husband can be successful in making his wife happy if she's already happy. I know it sounds like Chinese, but I know that you know what I mean. That's just how it goes. But not just that. When a woman does not have self care, then she's in a vibration of neediness, because she is needy. She needs to feel good. She needs that like hole in her heart to be like held and embraced and caressed. She needs it. She's needy. So she can start wanting a certain amount of attention and a certain amount of connection, more than is actually available. And she can start feeling very touchy, to like the slightest words can make her feel that she doesn't have that inner resilience. And that vibration of neediness is actually a lower vibration. It's not attractive. It doesn't attract love and well wishes, because it's actually, I don't know if you've ever had this with one of your children, perhaps, or even a husband. When there's neediness, there's this feeling of I'll never meet their expectations. I'll never be enough. It doesn't feel good. So this neediness becomes a lose-lose. A woman loses because she doesn't get to have everything that she wants in order to feel good. And a husband loses because no matter what he gives her, 5 minutes later, she's going to be oversensitive. There is such a thing as oversensitive. And it comes from not tending to your own needs first. Okay. So let's just take a look at this aspect of self-care and like really sit with it. Imagine that you are your husband. Really picture him right now. And what would he say if he overheard you talking about, I'm doing this fun and exciting thing. I feel so good. I made a new friend. I feel so excited. I love this new book. What what would he like be feeling about that? You see, something's very interesting. There is a dynamic with a man that has to do with the woman that he's standing next to. Yeah. When a man stands next to his wife, he feels some way. And like it affects his sense of self, his identity, his feeling of worth, his feeling of being a man in the world. That's why a man wants to stand next to his pretty wife. He wants her to look good. It makes him look good. They're a unit, and the beauty that a woman brings or that his wife brings, it really, really matters to him. I'm not talking about in any like overly attractive, ridiculous way. I'm talking about for real, like when you are just put together and you can, and your husband feels good about who you are and you feel good about who he is, you feel good in the world. But this is especially so for a man. I'm sure it is so for women as well. So um when he is standing with a woman that is happy, that is vibrating with wellness, it has a major impact on him. He feels so good. He feels so proud. And remember that a man that feels good and a man that feels proud is one that can come close to a woman. He can make her happy. He can tune into her more because he's feeling good about himself. So I think I got off track a little bit, but just really thinking about what would your husband say, and what has your life shown you about when you are vibrating with something that you're very excited about. Now, there are some things that women get excited about that totally take them away from the home. They just get obsessed and into it. Did I say they? We, we can just get obsessed and into it. And I have certainly gone down that road at different times. And yeah, life can take us a little off balance, and nobody likes that. It just could happen, but we want to rein ourselves back in and make sure that the things that we're excited about still support the family system. Okay. But the main thing is mommy's happy and my wife is happy. And that is huge. Now, if you've ever been in the vibration of neediness, which many women have, then you should know that this is the actual status quo state of a woman. It's not that you're innately needy. It is that the status quo state is that we need a type of constant love, nurturing, affirmation. We need it. It's how women are made. And so we just have to be wise in saying, not only am I going to honor the part of me that's a woman that needs to feel those good feelings, but I'm going to like invoke my wise woman, my inner mother, to actually go out and take care of these things. And when I am working with my students, I tell them to track it, write it down, because if you just say, today I'm going to do 3 nice things for myself, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. Maybe you will do 1, but more likely is that you will have to write it down at the beginning of the day. Here's the things that I'm going to do for myself, and watch how it changes your day entirely. That's just what happens. Here, I'll show you one of the things I do for myself. Yes, an incredible scented candle. You will almost always find that near me. I think for Hanukkah, they brought me 20 scented candles because I love them so much. And no matter that they, I got to keep buying them. But every time I light one, it's just for me. So back to you. The first step in bringing new vitality to your marriage is going to be bringing new vitality to yourself, doing the things that make you happy. And please, not only track them afterwards, but write them down beforehand. And I give you this challenge because we don't tend to do the things that are good for us, but giving you a real challenge to do something awesome, do something crazy. Recently, I'm on this kick right now, so I hope that I keep on being on it, but recently I rented a cabin and I went there with some friends, and it was so amazing. We did not stay the night. Nobody could do that. It wasn't going to work out, but we just did a day trip. We bought hot dogs and a grill, and we had a cabin, and it's nothing. What does it cost me? A beach chair. Just bring a beach chair and go sit by a fire with friends. Yay. It's so amazing. So get creative, do the things you want to do, and get into self-care, number 1. All right. Now that we have spoken about self-care, I'm going to tell you something. When you do get into self-care for real, you are going to become, I think the Laura Doyle word is magnetic. I am not a student of hers. I'm just repeating that. But yeah, you become magnetic. I call it attractive. It's just vibrational. It's like you're full of good feelings. So there's goodness radiating out of you. There's positive energy coming out of you. And the happier you are, and the more you just express, I'm happy, the more your husband will be drawn to you. And that's just beautiful. Now, I'm not sure how long we've been speaking over here, but it feels like we've been speaking for a chunk of time. So I was going to give you a big marriage talk, but I'm actually just going to stop right here because I feel like this is a big idea. It would be so awesome if you would implement it before we even speak about any other ideas. Okay. And this is also a great time to tell you that in just a week and a half, on June 3rd, our school is opening for our new round of students. They're going to be trained in coaching and transformation. And I'll tell you something, for many women, coming to our school is their act of self-care. They come and they get to do healing work. They get to look inside. They get coached and they get to coach. They get to feel amazing in their skills and they get to become amazing in their skills. I have found for myself that I have such a desire at this time of my life to learn new skills. I feel like there's so many things I wanted to learn, but I didn't learn. I want to learn. I'm thirsty. I want to get better at stuff. I want to be, I don't want to just have an idea of one day I'll do something. I want to do it. That's where I'm at right now. And for many of the women who come to coaching school, they're at that same place. They're like, you know what? It's time to do it. It's time to do this investment in me. And the trick is that once they invest in themselves, it's a serious investment for their whole family structure because they learn to talk differently, communicate differently, they're happier. They have this safe and sacred space where they're learning the deepest of the deep. And it's so amazing. So I'm telling you about that. I hope I get to speak to you again before our school opens up, but you can check it out at rivkamalka.com and you can register and I will see you there. We're going to do a ton of good learning and it starts on June 3rd. So register before then, because the minute you register, you get 4 videos and we don't want you to be behind. Okay, homework for today, should you choose to accept it, is self-care and watch what it does to your marriage. If you're not married, self-care double, triple, because I want you to feel amazing all the time. Okay, take care. Have an amazing, amazing day. Bye-bye.